Hello everyone, welcome to Gagan's virtual classroom. In the last two videos, we discussed the present tense and the past tense. And in this video, we will discuss the four types of future tense. And I'm sure after watching the video, you will be more than confident in your tenses. So first of all, what is tense? So tense is a method in which, by looking at the verb in a sentence, we get to know at what time the action took place, whether it took place in the past or present, or if it will take place in the future. Also, sometimes by looking at the verb, we also get to know if the action is still continuing or if it has finished completely. Now, tenses are mainly of three types. The present tense, which refers to the actions that take place at the current moment. The past tense refers to the actions that have already taken place. And future tense refers to the state of being or action that will take place in future. Now, these three tenses are further divided into four categories. The first one is simple tense. It is also called indefinite tense. The second is the continuous tense. The third is perfect tense. And the fourth is perfect continuous tense. And in this video, we will discuss the four types of future tense. Simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Now, the first one is the simple future tense or future indefinite tense. In this, the verb indicates an action that will take place after the present time and that has no real connection with the present moment. So the sentences in which the action will take place in future and the action has nothing to do with the present time. For example, I will teach. Now the action of teaching will happen in the future. Let's look at another example. He will enjoy at the party. The action of enjoying will happen sometimes in the future. Now, in simple future tense, we use the base verb, that is the first form of the verb, and before that, we either use will or shall. And in this, unlike in past and present tense where there were so many rules, in future tense it is very simple. Same rule applies to all the subjects, whether the subject is singular or it is plural, whether the pronoun I or you are the subjects, the rule remains the same for all the subjects. For example, in case the subject is singular. Singular means only one subject, only one thing or person is being talked about in the sentence. So here we have used the base verb, that is the first form of the verb, and we have added will and shall to it. For example, he will play. Now the subject he is singular and we have used the first form of the verb, that is play, and before play we have put will. So this is because it is future tense. So that is why we use will or shall. Look at another example. Ram will teach here. Priya will walk to school. Now in case of subject, in case of plural subjects, we will love to play. Now here the subject is plural, we. Still we have used the first form of the verb, that is love, and with that we have used will. They will teach here. Children will walk to school. Now in case of I and you, still there is no exception. They will follow the same rule. I will love to play. You will teach here. All of you will walk to school. Again, here also we have used the first form of the verbs, love, teach, walk, and with these verbs we have used will. Now the second type of future tense is the future continuous tense. In this, the verb indicates an action that will be in continuation at some point of time in the future. Now, in such sentences, the action will take place in future and it will not have finished, but it will be in continuation at the point of time being referred to in the sentence. At some future point of time, it will be in continuation. For example, I will be teaching at this time tomorrow. Now the action of teaching will happen in the future and it will be in continuation at that time. And also in such sentences, the verb indicates an action in the future that is longer in duration than another action in the future. So sometimes in these sentences, there are two actions that are being talked about, and one action is usually longer in duration than the other action. Now both these actions in the sentence will take place in future, but one is longer in duration than the other action. Let's look at the example. Mrs. Gill will enter the room while they will be watching movie. Now there are two actions taking place. One is of Mrs. Gill entering the room and the other is of them watching the movie. Now the action of watching the movie is longer in duration than Mrs. Gill entering the room. So here we have used, this is an example of future continuous tense. They will be watching movie is an example of future continuous tense. Now in future continuous tense, we add ing to the base verb, that is the first form of the verb, and before that we either use will or shall plus we add be. So we write will be or shall be before the first form of the verb after adding ing to it. Now let's look at the table. Now again the rule is the same whether the subject is singular or plural, or we have the pronouns I or you as the subject, the rule will remain the same. Now look at the example. The baby will be crying. Now here we have used the first form of the verb cry and we have added ing to it, and before that we have used will be. Tanu will be reading. Sumit will be eating cake. Now here the subject was singular. Now in case of plural subject, the babies will be crying, we will be reading, Sumit and Sahil will be eating cake. Again here also when the subject was plural, we added ing to the first form of the verb, like we used ing after cry, and before the verb we wrote will be. Now in case of I or you, I will be crying, you will be crying, all of you will be eating cake. Now again the rule is the same. We have added ing to the verb and before that we have written will be. The third type of future tense is the future perfect tense. In this, the verb indicates an action in the future that will have been completed before another time or event in the future. Now in such sentences, there are either two actions being mentioned or one action and one time mentioned in the sentence, and one action gets completed before the other action or time. For example, I will have taught my students before the period gets over. Now there are two actions being mentioned in this sentence. One is of having taught the students and the second is the period getting over. Now both these actions take place in future, but one action of having taught the students gets completed before the second action. So this is an example of future perfect tense. Let's look at the second example. The baby will have slept before its mother comes home. Again in this sentence also there are two actions. One is of baby having slept and the second is of mother coming home. Now the action of baby falling to sleep gets completed before the second action of mother coming home. So again this is an example of future perfect tense. Now in such sentences we use the third form of the verb, which is also called the past participle, and before that we use will have or shall have. And again the rules are the same for all the subjects, whether the subject is singular, plural, or I or you are used as the subject. For example, Ram will have eaten his food, she will have cooked the meal. Here the subject is plural, in this case also, here also, and we have used the third form of the verb. Here the third form is eaten. Here the third form of cook is cooked, and we have used will have before the verbs. Now let's look at the example where the subject is plural. The brothers will have eaten their food. They will have cooked the meal. Here also we have used the third form of the verb and before that we have used will have. Now in case of I or you, there is no exception. I will have eaten my food, you will have cooked the meal. Again, we have used the third form of the verb, and before that we have used will have. Now the fourth type of future tense is the future perfect continuous tense. In this, the verb indicates an action in the future that will not only start taking place before another time or event in the future, but will also continue during the second event or time in the future. Now again, in such sentences also, there will be either two actions mentioned in the sentence or one action and one time mentioned. And both these actions would take place in the future, but one action would not only start before the other, but would also continue during the second action. Let's look at the example. At that time tomorrow, the boy will have been sleeping for an hour. Now there is one time and one action. So the time is tomorrow and the action is of sleeping. Now the action of sleeping will have started before this time mentioned here, and it will also continue during it. Now let's look at the second example. They will have been living there since 1992 when you visit them. Now here we have two actions. One is of living there and second is of you visiting them. Now the action of living there will have started before the action of you visiting them, and it would also continue during the second action. That means they will still be living there when you visit them. Now there is another example. He will have been teaching since morning. Now these are all examples of future perfect continuous tense. Now in such sentences, we add ing to the base verb, that is the first form of the verb, and before that we write will have been or shall have been. Let's look at the table. Again, the rules are same for singular subjects, for plural subjects, and in case of I and you also. And if you would have noticed that in future perfect continuous tense, we take both the qualities of the continuous tense as well and of the perfect tense also. For example, we have added ing to the first form of the verb like we do in continuous tense, and we have used have like we do in perfect tense. So in case of subject, when it is singular, it will have been raining since morning tomorrow. See, here we have added ing to the first form of the verb, and we have added ing to rain and it has become raining, and before that we have used have been, will have been. Now in the second sentence, she will have been studying for 2 hours. Now in both these sentences, we had singular subject. Now look at these sentences. We will have been waiting for 2 years. Boys will have been playing since afternoon. Now in these sentences, we have plural subjects and the rule remained the same, that we have added ing to the verb and before that we have put will have been. Now in case of I and you, I will have been reading this book since 4 o'clock. You will have been playing for an hour then. Now here also we have used the same rule of adding ing to the base verb read and it has become reading, and before that we have put will have been. Here also we have added ing to the verb play and it has become playing, and before that we have written will have been. Now we'll take up some sentences to see how much we have understood. Let's look at this question. Choose the correct verb from the given options. Now let's look at the first sentence. I dashed the letter before you arrive. Now we have the options will have written, written and writing. Let's take this last option. Now when we add ing to the verb write, it becomes an example of continuous tense. Now in case of future continuous tense, we need to have will be before the verb. Now in this case, we do not have will be here, so that means this is not the right option. Now let's look at the second option, written. Now this is the third form of the verb, and whenever we use third form, we need to have has, have or had before it. Now in present tense, we use has or have before third form of the verb, and in past tense we use had, and in future we use will have or shall have. But in this case, will have is missing, so that means this is also not the option that we will select. Now let's look at the last option, will have written. Now this is the correct option. I will have written the letter before you arrive. Now in this sentence there are two actions. One is of having written the letter, and the second is of you arriving. Now the action of writing the letter starts before the second action and it gets completed before it. So this is an example of future perfect tense. Now let's look at the second sentence. Priya dash sleeping when I call her. Now the options are will have been, will, and will have. Now with will have we need to have the third form of the verb. Now here we have added ing to the verb sleep, but this is not the third form of the verb. The third form of sleep would have been slept. So that means this is not the correct option. So we will cross it out. Now we'll see if this is the correct option, will. Now had it been will be, then it would have been correct. Will be sleeping would have been continuous tense, but here be is missing, so that means this is also not the correct option. Now will have been is the correct option in this sentence. Priya will have been sleeping when I call her. Now again in this sentence there are two actions being mentioned. One is of Priya sleeping and the second is of me calling her. Now the action of sleeping not only starts before the second action, but it also continues during the second action. So that means it is an example of future perfect continuous tense. Now let's look at the third sentence. My sons dash the film tomorrow. Now the options are will see, seeing, and seen. Now again seen is the third form of the verb, and before this we need to have has, have, had, or will have. But all of these are missing, so that means this is not the correct option. Now in the second option, seeing, we need to have will be so that it becomes continuous tense, but no, that is also missing, so that means this is also not the correct option. Now the correct option is will see. My sons will see the film tomorrow. And this is an example of simple future tense. Now let's look at the fourth sentence. She dash praying an hour from now. The options are will be, will have. Now with will have we need to have third form of the verb, which is prayed, but here it is not the third form. We have added ing to the verb pray, so that means this is not the correct option. Now we'll see if this is the correct option or not. Now with will, okay, this praying is the continuous form of the verb, but we need to have will be before it. But be is missing, so that means this is also not the correct option. So will be over here, this option is correct. She will be praying an hour from now. Now this is an example of future continuous tense. Let's look at the answers. I will have written the letter before you arrive. Priya will have been sleeping when I call her. My sons will see the film tomorrow. And she will be praying an hour from now. I hope you've understood the future tense. And if you missed watching the explanation of the present and the past tense, do click on the link given in the description box. And in case you have any suggestion or a question related to the topic, do leave it in the comment section below. Thank you.